In 1820, the Missouri Compromise Law was enacted by the United States Congress to settle the issue of slavery in the Western Territories. It stated that any state north of the 36th 30th parallel would be a free state, while any state south of it could allow slavery. This compromise helped to calm tensions between the North and the South over the issue of slavery. In 1821, Mexico gained independence from Spain after a decade-long struggle. This was a significant event for Mexico and marked the beginning of a new era in its history. Mexico was able to establish its own government and begin the process of building a new nation. In 1822, Denmark Vesey, a leader of a slave revolt, was executed in Charleston, South Carolina. Vesey had planned a large-scale rebellion that would involve thousands of slaves, but it was discovered before it could be carried out. Vesey's execution was a reminder of the brutality of the slave system in the United States. In 1823, the Monroe Doctrine was announced by President James Monroe. It stated that any attempt by a European power to interfere in the Americas would be considered a hostile act. The doctrine was a bold statement of U.S. foreign policy and hoped to establish the United States as a major player on the world stage. In 1824, the Erie Canal was completed, linking the Great Lakes to the Hudson River. This was a major engineering feat and helped to open up the western United States to settlement and commerce. The canal reduced the cost of shipping goods and helped to create new markets for American products. In 1825, John Quincy Adams was inaugurated as the 6th President of the United States. Adams was a highly educated and experienced diplomat who had served in a number of important roles in government. His presidency was marked by efforts to improve infrastructure, protect American interests abroad, and promote education. In 1826, the first railroad in the United States, the Granite Railway, was completed in Massachusetts. This was a major milestone in transportation history and helped to revolutionize commerce and industry in the United States. Railroads made it possible to move goods and people quickly and efficiently over long distances. In 1827, the first commercial railroad in the United States, the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, was chartered. This was another important step in the development of rail transportation in the United States. The railroad helped to connect major cities and towns and made it easier for people and goods to move around the country. In 1828, Andrew Jackson was elected as the 7th President of the United States. Jackson was a popular and controversial figure who has gained fame as a military hero. His presidency was marked by efforts to expand the power of the presidency, reform the government, and promote democracy. In 1829, the Indian Removal Act was signed into law, leading to forced relocation of Native American tribes. This was a tragic and unjust event in American history that led to the displacement and suffering of thousands of Native Americans. The law was a reflection of the government's policy of westward expansion and the belief that Native Americans were standing in the way of progress.